It's interesting because we talked to a group last year, and this guy did 2, 3, maybe 4 deals a year. He closed them all, but he knew exactly the buyer pool. He knew how to value the companies, and so for him, the success rate was, 100% because he only took on very, very, very targeted deals, to ensure that he could close them. And so that is definitely a metric. It seems that to your point about the sellers, um the ones that we hear from that are kinda leery, they have been pitched high in the sky, and building that trust early on, saying, "Yeah, I can do this. No, I can't do this." I think a lot of brokers would do themselves a better service if they were honest early on, and they'd build the trust. Because most sellers that we talk to, they don't understand this process. They don't understand what's involved, and so they just kinda know you can sell your business somehow, some way, but they don't really understand, we almost never bring up EBITDA unless it comes up on a bigger deal. We almost never use that term. My joke is redneck to redneck. We just talk to them and try to build
Mhm.
trust. I think a lot of brokers are trying to get listings because they need money. It is a long-term sales process, but they'd probably in the long run be better upfront saying, "Yeah, I shouldn't take this on because I can't get you, a 10x for a service company that's in Granbury, Texas, doing not a lot of revenue on an annual basis."
I tell new brokers, you make more money saying no than saying yes. You'll make more money running sellers off than taking them on.
Mhm.
And historically, I would say probably 2/3 to 3/4 of sellers that come to our firm, we end up not engaging with, usually because evaluation mismatch. We do so good at teaching them why we have our opinion. So that situation I talked about in the beginning, I think it's worth 1,000,000. They think they want 2,000,000. I'm not the broker that's going to put it out there with a $2,000,000 asking price. I will say, all right, Mr. Seller, here's why it's worth 1,000,000. And I will tell them five different ways of looking at it. All arrows point to the largest defendable, bankable price that we can possibly stretch this to is 1,000,000. And here's why. And I'll teach them the market approach to value, the debt service coverage ratio math, the income approach to value, the asset approach to value, like all the different ways we can look at this and how appraisers are going to look at it and banks and buyers are going to look at it and what their math looks like on the other side of the table. And once I've sufficiently kind of beat them up with all those facts and figures of I would love to get you 2,000,000, but there's just no way the math works for anyone on the other side of the table at 2,000,000. But here's what you need to do. If you want to get 2,000,000, go back to work, make your company look like this, and then call me back. And I'll get you 2,000,000 when we can defend 2,000,000 and get it done. And so a lot of times that 75% that goes away, it's not on bad terms. It's just they needed to be educated. They didn't know what they didn't know. And so I think a no or not yet is a way better result than a let's try and see what happens to what a deal that you know is not going to happen.